Time now for the voice of the land on the Big Play Network with your hosts, Kevin Arnold and Always Positive Jay.
Welcome on into another episode of Voice of the Land. Normally, this is where Kevin introduces us, but Kevin is out on a top secret mission, on an extraction mission. When he is done with his mission, he'll be back with the show. But till then, I'm your host, Always Positive Jay. As always, my man Peter Telep is here producing. How's it going, Peter?
Good. I can actually see you today.
Yeah. And today, he's normally a friend of the show and a guest of the show, but today he is our celebrity fill-in co-host, my man, like Andy Billman. How's it going, Andy?
I just want to say this is the first time I've been called a celebrity. Now a little nervous, but I'm excited to talk about sports. There's so much going on. We're going to analyze the draft. I heard this gentleman across from me is going to be running for some sort of presidency. We'll have to hear his topics. We'll talk about. It'll be interesting to hear.
Yeah.
I'm going to put you on the spot, brother. I'm a documentarian. We're going to get out those answers.
Bring it on.
But thank you for having me on. I'm excited to talk. And, Yankees, bad guys, down 2-0. Good to see.
Good to hear. As always, we'd like to let you guys know we are a part of the Big Play Network and brought to you by Vector Technical. We'll get the right person, the right job the first time. And I nailed it.
You nailed it.
I definitely was practicing that beforehand, Andy. I was like, I got to get it right. They're a good sponsor. They're good people. And seriously, guys, if you need a job, get a hold of Vector Technical. Like I say, if you ain't making money, you're losing money. So get out there, get in the work.
There you go.
So, Andy, as always, you seem to come on when our Guardians are playing the Yankees. How do you feel about this series so far in this season as it goes?
It's a complicated one because the Guardians are off to another slow start. But the one thing I think that's coming as a big storyline, which I was not expecting, but is now coming, is the youth of starting pitching. Tanner Bybee is a star. Logan Allen looks like he's going to be a star. Truthfully, I liked what I saw from Peyton Battenfield. I think Peyton Battenfield's got some good stuff. Like, I really like him. So, the big story is winning the Central, making the playoffs. That's always going to be the main storyline, and we get to that in a second. But what's surprising me is the young pitchers who have really just come out of nowhere. I mean, we were talking about Espino. We weren't talking about Bybee. We weren't talking about Logan Allen. But here they are, and they're really, really playing really well for the Guardians. I think Bybee is a stud.
He looks good.
He really does. I like him a lot. The Guardians, though, is typical stuff. Rosario's off to a slow April. He did that last year. Jimenez, who finally got a big hit today, he hasn't been really hitting the ball. J-Ram's been J-Ram. He's pretty good. Kwan's starting to get hot. That's pretty good. I'm concerned about Zunino's glove behind the plate. He makes a lot of pass balls. Makes me nervous. I think as the year goes on, that is going to become a storyline. Clase looked much better this week. Karinchak, we could do a whole episode on. I think, all right, I guess I'll stop there. I think Karinchak's one. We need him.
Do you think the pitch clock is messing with him?
Yes, I do.
I agree.
I think it's messing. I think it's messing with Clase too.
I think Clase got used to it, where Karinchak has not gone used to it.
No. Karinchak does not like the pitch clock. No, it's like a rash. Like, don't like it. But we need Karinchak, and I want Karinchak to succeed. So I want to see Karinchak in low pressure situations, maybe down by 2 runs, maybe in a situation where they're up by 4 or 5 runs. I don't think right now. And I love Francona. Met the man, good dude, love him, love. So Tito, take this with a grain of salt. I don't understand why yesterday we're putting him in a big game situation. He gives up the tying run. Okay, didn't like that. Wouldn't have done it. But then he trots him back out, gives up a home run to Calhoun. I just think right now Karinchak's bringing down the emotion, but there's some things that I see that, again, the Guardians are starting to get a little bit warm. I actually think this tougher schedule, we're here to win the World Series. I don't know about you. I'm here to win the World Series. Are you here to win the World Series?
I've been waiting my whole life.
Yes, I'm here to win the World Series. I like how they're playing this schedules. I believe it's going to build them to win the big thing. I don't think beating the Royals 10 times is good enough. I don't think beating up these other teams are good. I like how they're playing better competition. Even though that probably means more losses, I'm okay with that. I think once they get past that, it's actually going to prepare them more for late September, October baseball. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I'm glad you did not come in here and freaking out like a lot of people are right now about the bats. Like,
no, it's fine.
I hate it. It is boring baseball to watch, but we do this every year since Terry's been here. It's just April just sucks being a Guardians baseball fan. Deal with it. Stay afloat. Don't lose the division. You're not trying to win the division. Just stay afloat. Keep your head high. Do your job. Things will come back to normal. Once it gets warm, they start hitting the ball again.
Yes, absolutely. And by the way, if we had Tampa in our division, all right, we'd have a whole segment about that, and there'd be problems. But we don't. The Twins are okay. The White Sox are terrible. Kitty Cats, bad.
Oh my God.
And
the
then
White
the
Sox are so bad right now. It's
so
great.
bad. And it's like, and that's why, like, when people freak out, it's like, that's not a reason to freak out. They do this every year, and then they get warmed up by Memorial Day. I just stay the course. Bell's really started to hit. He came on during the DC series, playing much better. I like him. He actually brings a calmness to this lineup, which I like. I like his swing.
Dude, when he hits it looks so effortless, man.
It does.
Like it's like a half swing. It's like chink, he's just gone.
Yeah. Yep. It really, I like that. Chink, gone. Yeah. I mean, it's really, really effortless. There's a lot of positive things about the Guardians that I think people are recognizing. But now to the other things. Is it worrisome that they don't have McKenzie? It is. I'm worried about that. Is it worrisome that Karinchak stinks right now? Yeah, it is. That's not good. They need him in the big spot. Hinges is coming back. There's some questions, but because of their division they're playing in APJ, I think they're fine.
See, like,
I really do.
The McKenzie thing doesn't worry me all that bad because it is early in the season. They don't have to rush it. Like you said, it gave a lot of these young pitchers, like, they're getting an early look to see who's ready to roll with this team. And I heard, I think it was Andre Knott was on ESPN 850 today, and he was today or yesterday mentioning that Plesac, we might see him move to the bullpen. It might be suited for him. I think it was his own uncle that was saying that he thinks he'd be better for the bullpen.
I actually like, and I know this is going to be a random one, I like Hunter Gaddis out of the bullpen. I think Hunter Gaddis usually pitches pretty strong the first 2 or 3 innings, and then he kind of loses his steam. Plesac. I think Plesac is not for long. NFL. I don't think he's going to be in the bullpen. I think his time is winding down in Cleveland.
See, I could see him being like the long relief guy we might need later, but
I think I don't think Plesac's mentality is for that. I think Plesac talks a good game. I like his energy, but frankly, he stunk in a lot of things I've seen.
Yeah, I was talking to buddies, and I was like, this might be what he is. Like,
that's my
He's
point.
been around for a few years now. We've seen what he is. I don't think he ain't gonna get if he gets better, it ain't gonna be that much.
I would rather roll out Xavier Curry, who's had a very quiet, good year as a young pitcher. Done a really, really nice job in long relief. Hunter Gaddis, again, I've seen Hunter Gaddis pitch in person. First 2 or 3 innings, Hunter Gaddis is pretty good. That second and third time around the lineup, he just gets a little loosey-goosey. Plesac can give up. He can implode after one pitch. He can just unravel so fast. I hate to say it about the guy. I think it's NFL. I think it's not for long. I don't think it's going to be here much longer.
The NFL, not for long. I was like, what are you talking about? NFL?
Yep.
Oh, I get it.
NFL, not for long. I just don't see him being here much longer. And frankly, APJ, because of what's going on with some of these other pitchers right now, do you want Plesac? Like, let's say it's September and they're up by a game. Are you comfortable with Plesac coming out on the mound? I wouldn't be.
Not really. No. I mean, because I swear that I believe this team has a 3D printer somewhere in a factory, and they are just making pictures. And sometimes they don't come out that great of the mold, like a Plesac. But dude, like,
no.
You ever see the movie Duplicity? No, Multiplicity. Multiplicity.
Oh,
the
yeah,
one,
great
not,
film. Great film.
He's a copy of a copy. He's not too sharp.
Well, yeah, he wants chainsaws. He's wearing a boot on his head. Right. Yeah. Exactly. He's not that
every
guy,
every now and then you got a copy of a copy. They got to cut a corner. But yeah,
right.
You're right. They do seem to crank them out.
Yeah, I just think Plesac gets a lot of rope sometimes, but it's like I'm telling you, as soon as McKenzie comes back, they're even talking now. Peyton Battenfield might take over for him, which I think he should. I think Battenfield can battle. I just don't like Plesac in big spots. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get to big places and win big games. Frankly, even if he did a little hot streak, I wouldn't trust him APJ in a big spot. And the thing that drives you crazy, He could pitch a great game in Seattle one day and then stink the next day against Kansas City. Stink.
How about
Frustrating.
Cal Quantrill? Like, he had a pretty good outing the last time.
This is Quantrill's. See, this is another guy.
He's
Look
right.
at
He's
his
on the
numbers.
fence.
Look at his numbers in April and look at him by June and look at him by July. It starts slowly coming down. The ERA starts coming down. All these things start coming down. Quantrill, I thought, really showed a lot of guts with his pitching performance on Monday. They needed that start from him. I mean, the guards need to start winning games. Quantrill got out there, kept the game at 2-0. That game could have spiraled. He didn't allow it to happen. He's a battler. I think Quantrill is not comparable to Plesac at all. I can trust Quantrill. In a game 3, start at home, I'd be okay. I'd be okay. Plesac?
All right. So the big complaint is the lack of home runs. And we keep talking about how this team is just pumping out pitcher after pitcher after pitcher after pitcher. Like, I don't even think our like best prospects have come up yet. I don't know them off the top of our name. There's a guy, Andre Knott, keeps saying that they don't even let Tito look at because his stuff is so good. They're afraid he's going to be like, oh, we got to bring him up here. Like, no, you're not allowed to see this guy, Tito. He ain't ready. Even though he looks ready, he's not ready. When are they going to trade these guys and get me my super just reliable power bat I've been dying for since the 90s, I feel like?
Now, this is where it gets complicated. Plesac's easy. This is what you're saying is actually a lot more complicated. Let's take Oscar Gonzalez. I think this is a good place to start. SpongeBob last year was the costume of choice for any kid in Cleveland. Wonderful big spots. He brought a smile to your face. He played really well when he came up in late May last year. Very good player. He is struggling. He's having a sophomore slump. It happens a lot in baseball, by the way.
Happens in a lot of sports.
It does. But baseball especially, like people forget, Jimenez in 2021 got sent down twice because he couldn't play well. And then he figured it out and came back, and now look at last year. So Oscar could be sent back. And I think that is something I foresee happening. I like Brennan. There is no power on his team. And I got to admit, there's no power on his team. Naylor's not a power hitter.
And I don't even like consider Jose a true power
hitter. I don't think he's a power hitter.
I think he's a guy who's a double hitter that hits home runs.
Yeah, I think like they're in a tricky well, we're gonna go down this road. So what do you do with Rosario is a good big question, right? What do you do with Rosario? Rosario, people forget last year, had some big moments and
led the league in hits.
It was really good. Really, really good play. I called him Super Rosario. Super Rosario. He's a super. Technically, APJ, they could have traded him in the offseason. But they didn't do what you said and what I said. And also, do you know who his best friend on the team is?
Jose Ramirez. Who really, really kept just saying, sign this guy, sign this guy, sign this guy, sign this guy. Like, when Jose says, sign this guy, you sign that guy.
So what I noticed, though, that is a note from my perspective, sat in all the Yankee games this year. The Yankees bring up these guys, and they're big.
Yeah.
And they're strong, except for Calhoun. Calhoun's he's your eyesight. He's not very tall.
The shortstop they brought up.
I think so. He hit of course, Karinchak gave him a game-winning home run the other day, but you hang
a curveball over the middle. That's just like playing t-ball for these major league players. Like, that is the easiest hit to get.
How does Karinchak give up a home? Okay, anyways, that's for no show. I got so
Remember,
frustrated.
we're not allowed to swear on the show, so don't get all down the. I
didn't swear. That's for no show. We'll watch at Official Cleveland Sports. You would have seen the real reaction I had. So back to the on Instagram at Official Cleveland Sports on Instagram. Back to this though. So you got to keep Rosario, Andres Jimenez, staple, pillar, J-Ram pillar. We know Josh Bell's 2 years. Naylor. We'll see. I really like Miles Straw center, but he doesn't hit. He really has a great glove, though. Has a great glove. Love Quan. So it's really right field. Right field is where we need a hitter.
So you love Naylor, huh? I'm not sold on him.
I do.
I'm not.
He gets big hits in big spots. Did yesterday again.
Yeah. I'm not. I don't hate him, but I want more from him, man. I really do. I want a higher.
What do you want more from him?
A higher average.
What do you want more from him?
I can't stand low batting
hits in big spots, but he gets big hits in big spots. That's all he does. Guy will, Twins last year, White Sox last year. This week, the Red Sox. And Monday night, the big game-winning hit against the Yankees. That's all he does.
Like the big reason I don't think I'd get rid of him is I think he's like just the Energizer bunny for this team.
Yes.
Like he will fire that team up like no other. Like he's so good for that locker room. Like
right.
But yeah, you're probably right. It's right field. Yeah, it's right field.
It's right field. Or, and this is a tough. I will warn Guardians fans out there listening. If you get rid of Miles Straw, which I can understand, he's never hit a home run, and he plays center field, but he has a fantastic glove. And you watch the game every day like I do. He saves a lot of outs. He gets outs in spots that you just can't recover from with other outfielders. He can cover. You're preaching to someone.
I actually enjoyed playing defense more than offense in baseball. Like I loved playing defense. So I appreciate him. I have no problem with. I do too. I need him there.
So, but I agree. So my point is with the home runs, yes, but outside of right field, I don't know what they're going to do because or do they make a huge trade for a catcher? That'd be nice.
Or do you bring up Bo Naylor, who that guy seems to hit bombs left and right in the farm system, but it's a big difference when you get pulled up to here.
For people who really follow him, and I watched him play in person, they say he's not ready defensively, and I tend to agree.
He definitely needs to work on his game defensively for sure.
He does,
and that's the most important job of a catcher. Like that's why you live with the guy like Hedges, who batted 160 something. But defensively, I mean, he was on top 10 the other day, diving for a ball. Like, dude was phenomenally defensively.
No, he was. And that's why catcher with Zunino is something to watch because he is having he's having like Gary Sanchez type issues behind the plate. People don't remember Gary Sanchez, who caught for the Yankees, was a horrific glove. Zunino's not far off. I mean, there was a pitch the other day against the Red Sox, 10th inning. He caught it here and went past him.
Yikes!
I mean, it's like
so you actually get to watch more games than I do, as I
watch all of
them. I got Bally's, and you don't get to watch them on Bally's.
No. You can gamble.
Poor Kevin. Kevin bought the whole year subscription to Bally's, thinking he's going to save money. So when the Cavs season's over, he'll just watch the Guardians. No, we don't get to watch the Guardians on their own.
How's that working out, Kevin?
It's terrible. I barely get to watch anything. I watch the games on the ESPN app where it shows the fake batter sitting there, and then it's got the little box, and it's like pitch, strike, 75, ball. Like it's like, oh, this is so boring. But yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is. But
we do have one of the. At least baseball is great to listen to on the radio, though.
Oh, hammy!
Mm-hmm. It sounds like you can do housework and listen to baseball all day.
Yes. Oh gosh, yes. Look, there's nothing like a ham sandwich in the 8th inning. Nope. Hammy's great. Hammy's great. Put a little rose paprika, a little rosy, you're good.
On that note, good, but we're going to take our first break here in a second here.
The time for break? You guys do breaks? This is fancy show.
We
commercials probably?
Yeah, we have.
All right.
What, 3 breaks?
Yeah, three breaks. So
4 segment, 3 breaks. We're kind of a big deal over
fancy.
here.
Fancy.
We got commercials.
We
just got commercials and stuff. So to that, we're going to toss it to Vector Technical here.
Whether you're looking to hire new talent or start a new career, Vector Technical has you covered. Vector Technical is a 28-year-old staffing firm that has helped thousands of job seekers advance in their career with reputable partners throughout Northeastern Ohio. Vector Technical is more than just a temp agency. With an above-average hire-in rate of 1 in 4 candidates, Vector works hard to connect the right person with the right opportunity the first time. Vector Technical hires for skilled manufacturing and light industrial work and is sure to have a career that you've been looking for. To learn more, visit our website at www.vectortechnicalinc.com.
Welcome back to the Voice of the Land. I am Always Positive Jay with Andy Billman, and we just got done talking about the Guardians. What's going on in the game right now, Andy? You're looking at it.
Well, right now, Shane Bieber, who is by far the most handsome man on the team. I've been told by the females he's the most handsome man.
He looks like a model.
Sometimes you gotta dismiss things like that. Is a like if we were ever like in a beauty contest, I'd be like,
He's
Thanks,
gonna win.
take care.
He's gonna win.
Yeah, it's like seriously, like, geez.
Like, I don't think I'm a bad looking dude, but I ain't beating him in a beauty contest.
No,
Him and Kevin
no.
Love will take me out with the quick.
Oh, now that's a race. Anyways, Bieber sadly gave up a home run to Calhoun.
This Calhoun guy. He's got
Calhoun for the Yankees. Second home run. He's only had 2 home runs all year, both against the Guardians. So it's 2-1, but Beeb still has the lead. And as we talked about earlier, the Guardians don't hit home runs.
Hey,
so
if you're gonna give up a home run, do it when no one's on base. Keep it minimal.
that is true. That's true.
Like,
so
dude,
let me ask you.
Solo shots don't bother me all that much.
No, I hear you. Before we change topics, though, so Guardians, I still think they make the playoffs. They'll be fine.
Oh,
You?
yeah, totally.
I do too.
Definitely.
This guy, he never gives up. Peter is like pro Tito over here, man. He loves his Tito.
Well, hey, in the the Bet Jack training camp app, I did that was one of my training bets because we couldn't bet until January 1st.
The
in
fake
Ohio.
money
Mhm.
betting.
The fake money betting, like back in, I forget what it was, like July or June last year.
Mhm.
I picked them to win the Central when everyone was like, "Oh, they're gonna suck. They're gonna suck." I'm like, and remember, I kept saying they're gonna be well over 500.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, you just brought up bad memories because I'm on this app. It gives you $500. I swear to not. In 2 months, I turned $500 into 20,000 fake dollars. I was like, I'm
Good
on
for
fire.
you.
I was hitting like 60% on parlays and stuff. I'm like, wow. As soon as it becomes legal, dude, I don't win a single bet. I'm like, what the hell happened here? And I just cashed out. I was like, I'm off all these apps. I'm like, I got my free promos and stuff, and then I bailed.
That free, the first hit's free, and then you're.
Oh man, it was funny. I
We've
was
all
like,
been
man,
there.
how does this?
I gamble all the time. We've all been there. I did all the practice room. I love craps. I did practice craps. Oh my God, I got this down. 10 minutes later. Okay, thanks. Take care. don't do what I just said. Like,
Oh, yeah.
So,
But
yeah.
to our next subject, I wanted to hear your reaction to the Cavs lost in the playoffs. Like, are you still like burning inside from it? Because I didn't get to watch the last game. We got frozen out on that one too.
It's on Bally's.
It
Yeah.
was on Bally's. I paid the $20. Someone's like, "Oh, it's on Bally's. You can watch it." Turn it on. It's like, this station is blacked out in this area. I'm like, yeah. Now I'm telling you not to swear before. Now I want to swear. I'm like, these son of a beepity bleep bleeps. I'm like, oh, come on, you're killing me, guys.
I cannot believe what has happened in the Yankees game. Jake Bowers just hit a home run for the Yankees. And if you're an Indians fan, you know who Jake Bowers is. And he just went deep. I mean,
Wait,
gone.
Our former Jake Bowers is now
Just hit
hitting home
a
runs again.
deep shot into the night. 2-2.
You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. I can't
Jake
stand
Bowers.
losing to the Indians.
Jake Bowers. Jake Bowers. He couldn't do anything for months. Hitting home runs, Calhoun. All right. Yeah, I'm not bothered by the Indians home run total. Guardians home run total. It's fine. It's fine.
See, now when you give up solo home runs, but when they're back to back, it
Yeah.
kind of sucks.
I think he had an out in between them, but yeah, still.
whatever.
Doesn't
Now we're
help.
tied.
He's counting. He's counting.
Doesn't make me
No,
feel
look.
any better.
No, look. Now we're gonna get this.
Let's do some more pain. Let's just keep the pain coming.
Let's talk about the rebounding drills that Knicks did. That right there is a problem. The Guardians, though, these teams, they can just. Guardians can't do that. That is my one thing I'll say. They can't do that. And Bieber's got to keep this game tied. Thank God, Miles Straw, great catch in the outfield. Better keep this game tied. APJ got to start winning these games, though.
I mean, Yankees are in last place. We got to keep them there.
That's where they belong.
They do.
Jake Bowers.
That's gonna burn me now. That's gonna bother me. I'm gonna think about that all the rest of the show.
Ugh.
Like, oh, so Jake Bowers.
Jake Bowers. It's like Mitchell Robinson. Who?
If Stanton
Hitting
hits one, you
rebounds.
expect it.
Ah,
When Jake
geez
Bowers
Louise.
gets up, it's like the pitcher in the National League. It's almost a free out
Right.
when he was with us.
Like, let's go down this road a little more. If they would have said Jake Bowers out of baseball, I was like, absolutely.
Probably.
Like,
Or if he was in
no,
the
no.
Japan League or something. You're like,
Yeah,
oh, yeah, of course.
Seriously. Like, Jake Bowers still in the league. And of course, he plays for the Yankees and gets a home run. They got out of the inning 2-2. Jeez. Okay. Knicks and Cavs. I am disappointed about the Cavs. Now, there's a caveat to this, and there should always be a caveat in life, right? There's some things that's like, but with these amendments, but here's some things I will say. When you win 51 games and Donovan Mitchell lifts your team It's a very good regular season, and you can digest that and say that in your heart. I actually said going in, there's really nothing here I can see go terribly wrong. Boy, I was wrong. I was wrong. I am worried about what happened after that series. I didn't like how we got out rebounded. I didn't like our effort in 3, 4, and 5. I didn't like certain things. I'm sorry. I am kind of panicky about it. Donovan Mitchell, I think that's one. I actually believe in Mitchell. I might fall on my face and lose all my teeth, but I'm okay. I'll go with it. Garland, I think he'll improve the next time around. Jared Allen is a sweet man. Good guy. My gosh, he could play Santa Claus at my holiday party anytime he wants. Nice. Waves the crowd for games. He stunk. He was terrible. APJ, he's our center. He got 8 rebounds in 2 games. He played 76 minutes and got 8 rebounds.
How can I put
8.
this without sounding like I want to make excuses for this guy?
8.
You know that
8 rebounds.
Why couldn't Donovan Mitchell go to the paint?
Look, we can go down all these roads.
That's just
Donovan.
Why couldn't he go down the paint? They were stuffing the paint. So Allen's job was way harder. Was it embarrassing in a terrible effort? I guess yes, but at the same time, we cannot not look at when a team just stacking the box and bringing extra players in and literally just ignoring people like a Coro in the corner. Allen's job is going to be harder.
That's fair. That's fair. Now look, let's go.
And then vice versa, offensive boards that they got came off of 70% of their offensive boards came when we were trapping Donovan Mitchell. So we're double teaming Donovan Mitchell. Now, again, that's just drawing more attention towards wherever Allen's around, and his job is becoming harder again.
Look.
So could he have done better? Oh my God, yes. But
he did a terrible
he's just
job.
too nice of a guy for me not to defend a little bit.
Okay. Look, I'll go down this road. He couldn't box out. He cannot. He started showing this later in the season. And I guess I didn't. I guess I just thought at some point he'll shake this off. He had struggles against the Bucks in February, and they had to sit him down.
When people get real physical with him, he shells up a little bit, and that's his problem.
He does.
And
he does.
I think if he could just add 20, 15 pounds of muscle, when they do do that to him, he's going to feel a little more confident. Like, I believe in the kid. I think he's so young, so nice, works so hard. And like I said, my number one rule and how I fan, and then how you fan is how you fan, and everyone else, you can fan however you want. My rule is if you give it your all, I will back you 100%. I don't care what the results are. I don't think Jared Allen gave all. No. But I think where he lacked it, I think it's because he was just in his own head. I think he defeated himself. He was down. He wasn't.
I think he checked out.
Yeah.
I think Donovan.
And I don't think he wanted to quit. I just think he's like, man, I just can't beat these guys. You know what I mean? Like he had a defeatist attitude to him.
We all have times in our jobs where we call it checking out, going through the motions, however you want to phrase it. Allen checked out after game 4. Mitchell checked out in game 4. Bad. I thought in game 5, it kind of dragged too. Now, Mitchell started taking mid-range jumpers in game 5, but by then it was so too late. Brunson went off. Mitchell did a better job in game 5. Ford Mitchell was terrible. Shooting threes when he shouldn't have been shooting threes. He didn't take enough mid-range jumpers. And again, I'll give people who want to say that. That's fair. He's got to do a better job. He did not make his teammates around him better. And that's what a guy like that's supposed to do. He didn't do it. He didn't lift his team.
Game 2. Game 2, he showed it. Like game 2 was amazing. That was the team we all thought they could be.
And game 1. I thought and they lost, but in game 1, Mitchell played really well.
Game 2, I'm saying like he made the team around him so much better.
And Garland.
Yeah.
Garland was great in game 2. God, he could still on his head. But see, the Jared Allen thing really concerns me, APJ, because I saw it more than just the series.
See, what I'm hoping it's when you're in like that, when you're pushed and put into such a situation where it just hurt like that. If that doesn't hurt him and he's not bothered, then he's done. Like he'll never be anything.
No, I agreed.
But if it hurts him
fair to say that.
And it motivates him, you're going to see the best of Jared Allen you've ever seen. Like he's going to take his game to another level. And that's what I hope what happens to all of them. I wanted I'm glad if you're going to lose, like everyone's like, I want to lose game 7 on a game shot. No, if I'm going to lose in round 1, I want it to be so bad that it just burns them. I want it to hurt so bad that they just, they obsess about not losing like that ever again.
Well, you got your wish.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely lost pretty bad. But that's the thing.
No.
It's going to show, like, next year's, am I going to get what I want, or are they going to go the opposite way and shell up like Super Bowl losers? When typically the Super Bowl loser is not very good the next year. If something happens to them mentally, they check out that next season.
Well, yeah, and that goes to my next two. Mobley's got to improve offensively.
Yes.
He's got to do more offensively. Has to. His defensively, he's there. We all know that. We don't need to break down Mobley. He actually did a great job on Randall aside from game 5. He really did a nice. And by the way, partial in game 1 too. Randall went off. But okay, other than that, he did a pretty nice job on Randall. But offensively, he's got to do more. I mean, you've got to do more offensively. Sorry. I know he's got potential. I'm patient with that. Year 3, I don't know. I'm just asking for like 12, 20 points consistently. I mean, 6 points in game 5. I mean, not good enough. LeVert played well. And then it goes to the biggest thing in the offseason. What are they going to do with Okoro in the 3? Okoro can't start as a 3 next year. If they do, then we've learned nothing. They've got to find out a wing. I don't know what they do. I don't know if they want to recreate Superman. I would not get Dylan Brooks. That's a terrible idea.
Dylan Brooks is Okoro with a jerk attitude. That's all he is. They're the same player pretty much. He's a better defender, maybe slightly better shooter. But dude,
I think it's the reverse. I don't think he's a good defender. In fact, his metrics tell you he doesn't defend that great.
I mean, I just don't like him, so I could.
No.
I could dog the dude all day.
He's very physical, and sometimes people project that as defense. He doesn't. By the way, terrible rebounder. He's better offensively, but not enough to where you. I mean, Dylan Brooks doesn't scare you, so like it's marginalizing. They got to get a player like I saw this kid for the Lakers, Vanderbilt. Someone like that who can leap and who's 6'9" and can go through the lane with like a gazelle.
They need a shooter and a wing. They need a backup point guard, a backup center, because Lopez is not the guy. And when Allen gets beat up, we need a physical bruising center for when Allen just can't compete with those guys because they just beat him up and take him out of the game. And we need.
Do you believe in Rubio? Do you believe in Rubio?
No, he's done. That's
our backup point guard.
Maybe third. I think he'll be more of a
player.
By the way,
I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying, like, they're stuck.
Yeah.
They signed him to a good deal. That's your backup point guard.
I mean, he'll be on the team. I don't know if he's our backup point guard. I hope he's not our backup point guard.
I'm just telling you the truth. That's why I'm worried about the Cavs. It's like, I don't know what you can only do so much. And it's like, and by the way, no more Dean Wade. Thanks. Take care. Enjoy Canton or wherever they play in their AAA organization. Like you're done.
What sucks, man, before he got hurt, I liked him too. And then he came back. He just could not.
Terrible. Terrible.
He wasn't just missing, man. He was airballing.
There was a play in game 1 where he fouled a guy and he made a shot in a hoop and Dean Wade was running. It looked like he's running off the court. And my son and I go, just keep going, dude.
Just don't stop. Just pull the Forrest Gump and just run right through the tunnel and go.
You tried so hard. And
we're the Alabama fans at Forrest Gump. They put up the signs like, stop. We're like, keep going.
Yeah. So I can go on and on about the Cavs. I have obviously quite a bit of theories. But I am concerned about they have some real holes that I saw developing late, but they've done a lot of good things too. But this wing,
they need a wing shooter for sure. That is number 1 priority. A guy that could defend the wing and a guy that could you can't leave him open because if you leave him wide open, he's gonna nail it. And he has to be a threat.
And hire Tom Izzo and rebounding drills, and rebounding drills.
Like when you got 2 7-footers out there, you should be controlling the boards. But all right,
8 rebounds, 8.
We're gonna have more fun. All right. After this break here, we're gonna come back and we're gonna give you the top 5 of all our 3 favorite teams in Cleveland. Till then, this is where you can find some of our gear.
Are you struggling to hire the right talent or maybe even find the right career? Vector Technical makes it easy. Since 1992, Vector has provided Ohio employers with a reliable process for hiring and have helped thousands of job seekers advance in their careers. Vector Technical is more than just a temp agency. We invest time to get to know each client and candidate personally. Vector places people in job opportunities that they are truly excited about. Interested in learning more? Visit our website at www.vectortechnicalinc.com to see a full list of our current job opportunities and to find out what Vector Technical can offer you.
Get your gear at voiceoftheland.com/shop.
Welcome back to the show. And as we always say, it's the show behind the show and the commercial breaks I wish we could share with you guys sometimes. My man here's got a trivia question for us, though. What is it? Lay it on me.
Well, Jake Bowers, who annoyingly just hit a home run to tie the game, actually
Who?
at one time played. That's right. Who? That's right. Who? Jake Bowers actually played for the Indians. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
He did something. He was the last player for an Indians player to do something. What was it? No one has done it since he's done it. He did something against the Tigers.
Hit for the cycle?
Yes.
Look at
I am
that.
good, man. I am good. I love trivia. I don't know why.
Ready?
I have so much useless information in here.
Ready? I got one more. Who was the last player before Bowers to hit a cycle? It's recent. It's not old.
Oh, I'm trying to think. I can't think of his name right now. Was a former shortstop? No, I can't. Who is it? You got it, Peter?
Pronk.
I don't know.
Pronk.
Pronk?
Pronk. Hit a triple.
Travis Hackman.
I gotta go back and YouTube find Pronk legging out a triple. That'd be good stuff there.
I believe it was the Twins. I know Bowers was against the Tigers.
Well, since we're talking about flashback players like the Pronk, we're gonna go back and we're gonna label off all our top 5 players from the Cleveland teams, and we're gonna start off with Indians/Guardians. Peter, we're starting with you.
Oh man, that's tough. I loved Albert Bell back in the day. Just the attitude and the power.
As we do our things, just so you know, we're all going to want to change them along.
Yeah. Jim Thome.
I might change them in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
A lot of mine are.
I'm going to get a text later like, oh, by the way, I forgot about this guy. So you got Bell, Thome,
Sabathia, Vizquel, and Sandy. I mean, all the 95, 97 era guys.
We'll make it easier too. We're not going to go in order because that's too tough.
I mean, that's fair.
Because that's when I was like, college days, and the 2 appearances in the World Series. So those just really stuck with me. And I love Manny, but there's so many great players. We really do have a lot of good players, talent wise, and guys that are just good guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very true. Like Sandy Alomar is just the man. Like
very good, very nice man.
That dude has forgotten more baseball than the 3 of us will know combined. All right, I would have to go with my top 3 for baseball. Is going to be Manny for sure. I mimicked my softball swing after his swing. Omar made me want to play defense. Like I moved to shortstop because of Omar. I took a bad bounce to the mouth driving for a ball once because of Omar. But yes, he made me want to play defense and appreciate watching it. Right along him, Kenny Lofton. Fantastic defensive player. Probably the greatest defensive play in Indians history. That one where he just climbs up and robbed. I don't even know who he's robbed it from, but absolutely loved it.
I think it was the Orioles. I think it was the Orioles. I want to say it's the Orioles. BJ Sherhoff, I think.
Good. Can't stand the Orioles. But
terrible team.
Just stealing bases, and then the one where he came out when the pass ball in the playoffs with the Mariners, and he came from second all the way. Randy Johnson hated him forever after that, and every time after that he threw at his head.
And the catcher Wilson. Wilson got his career is never the same in Seattle. No. Never the same because he lollygagged behind the plate.
And then it's going to be Thome. So we got Manny, Omar, Lofton, Thome. Absolutely love Jim Thome. Just dude would just crush balls, dude. Like that's the guy we need right now as a Jim Thome on this team. Like, can I have him play DH? Has he got a son that's ready? Oh my God, Paul
Something.
Sorrento would look like a beast on this team right now.
He was a fun player. Didn't stay long, but he was a fun player.
My all-time favorite, and he took the reins when he signed back here for a team-friendly deal when I watched every player my entire life leave this team. Jose Ramirez. What else? I mean,
I agree.
do I even have to explain,
Yeah.
guys? Do I have to say anything?
No, that was
No.
that's class.
And he's got the best chant, dude. I love the Jose, Jose,
I
Jose,
do.
Jose.
Me too. Anybody who gets labeled by the New York media as a Yankees killer should be on top 5 list.
Is that what they call
Yankees
him?
killer.
Nice.
Michael
he just
K,
gets
Yankees
better and
killer.
He's like a fine wine, man. He just gets better and better.
I love the guy. Do you want to do my era?
Mine's like all 95 except for Jose. I
Yeah.
like, God,
Yeah.
we probably have a million honorable mentions.
I'm going to throw in is I'm a loser and I do too much reading. So I'm going to give everybody from like time of birth. So you got Trent Speaker, you got Bob Feller, Nap LaJoy, Lofton, and Jose. Those are probably the 5. You get in my era, it's definitely Tommy, Lofton, Jose. I think I guess Sabathia. You gotta put Sabathia in there.
Kluber? No one said Kluber.
Yeah, Kluber's really, really cool. That's
like
good.
Klubot,
Kluber's
dude.
really,
he was
really
just automatic
really,
for
really,
years.
really, really. Yeah, he was. See, we forget about him. And then there's like favorite players. Like I loved Brooke Jacoby in the 80s.
Mhm.
I love guys like Sandy Alomar too. I mean, Sandy had some of the biggest hits of all
Greg
time.
Swindell. I don't know why I love that
Yeah.
guy. I just kept getting his cards when I was a kid, and I loved him for it, dude. I mean, I don't even know if he was any good. I don't know that much about that.
He was
80s
good. No, he was good. Like Swindell and Candiati, Candyman, Tom Candiati. That was like our big guys. Doug Jones out of the bullpen. Those are like our big dudes. But the Indians and Guardians have a wonderful, wonderful history. And like, I think sometimes we take it for granted because we are a football town at times. But man, we've been lucky and blessed. The Indians and Guardians, and you know what? They should just bronze them. Tito Francona. If he wants like Lake Erie, call it Lake Francona, fine. Whatever you want. The guy's been wonderful. Absolutely wonderful manager. Wonderful manager. I mean, to tell you how good it's been, do you remember the last manager? I do. Do you remember the last manager we had before we got Tito?
Was it Manny Acta before him?
Manny Acta.
Yeah.
And
then before him, Eric Wedge.
Eric Wedge drove me crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And then
crazy.
Before that, Charlie Manuel. Told you, useless information. It's just all in there. All right, we're gonna go into the Browns now, guys. Andy, we'll start with you. This is gonna be a lot harder, guys. So you know, like the Guardians were like
okay. I was gonna say, God, they have such an historical reference. So I mean, Otto Graham, Warfield, Jim Brown, Kosar. Isn't that amazing? Kosar is still there on that top 5. He really is to me. I guess you got to see. There's really Joe Thomas is really it in the last 30 years.
Like if we did from like 99 up only, this would be tough. Like
it's tough.
It'd be like Joe Thomas,
Josh Cribbs,
yeah,
Chubb, Myles Garrett, and then you could just throw in the fifth.
Josh Gordon for 8 games. Yeah, I mean, like you're just saying like weird lists. Like, Ron William run against the Falcons. I mean, it's not even like a season. Like. It's hard. Like Big Chubb will definitely be in there.
When we were talking before the show, the draft picks that fooled you, he was another one that got me. William Green. I absolutely was in love with that dude.
He had one good year.
What about your
He did.
top 5 there, Peter?
See, that's tough because you know when I really started paying attention to the Browns, because I'm just going by like my lifetime, right? When I paid attention. So obviously Kosar was huge. Webster, Slaughter, Ernest Biner, like those are the guys that stick with me, you know, big time. But then even more the Cribbs. I mean, every now and then I'll be, you know, flipping through Facebook or YouTube.
Here's my goal to get that dude on our show. Like,
he's been in studio right over there.
I know. I know the manager. You know who's also one to you know when you give you a list. Clay Matthews. I always loved when Clay played. He always made.
He was on the radio today.
Yeah, I love Clay, and
he
he's almost unforgiven for people who are real. If you really remember, he almost lost the game to the Oilers. That was a huge game, but they ended up winning. Thank God. He decided to lateral the ball, and the Oilers got it. Oh, it was terrible. Oh, look at the Browns were going to lose.
So what we got on
he
your list there,
recovered.
Peter?
Well, I was going to say, Cribs, obviously. I was saying, I'll be flipping through like YouTube or whatever, and I come up, it pops up all of those returns that he had. I mean, the guy was just amazing. And, but then like now you got Myles Garrett, and I love when we had Landry. I mean, he's just a class act on the team. So there are a lot of great players. It's hard to pick, those are my personal favorites, I think. So
for me, it goes, we're going to go the easy ones, Nick Chubb, Myles Garrett.
Yep.
Those are just the two, like 1A, 1B, if you want to rank them. Obviously, Josh Cribbs is way up there. Joe Thomas.
Yeah.
I love you, man. But you're a left tackle. I'm leaving you off this list. I'm sorry. You're a left tackle. You were great. Unfortunately,
I feel bad because he played so well. We never saw him on camera.
Man, this team is so bad.
we should shout out Phil Taylor.
Oh gosh.
Oh, I love Denzel.
He'll be in here tomorrow.
I'm a huge Denzel Ward fan, and I'm trying to think of someone.
Yeah. Well, Denzel, yeah. I've honestly, even like Donovan Peoples-Jones has it. That's one of the things. I'm a huge Buckeyes fan.
Oh, Eric Metcalf.
Okay. Metcalf.
Metcalf was wonderful.
I was thinking when you guys were saying, I'm like, he might be like my all-time favorite. Like he was the guy who sparked me becoming a massive Browns fan. Like when I saw the returns against Pittsburgh.
Oh gosh, great.
I just loved it. Like it was amazing. Oh man, that was awesome.
It's weird going back and watching, like finding an old film, online from that, because like how bad the quality is of those TV broadcasts back then.
So now we got to get to the Cavs. So let's see if we can get this out fast because we got to get to break soon here. Andy, you want to name out your top five Cavs?
This is all more recent. I didn't see him play, but Austin Carr, I guess you got to have in there. Mark Price for sure. LeBron James. Man, see, Kyrie's tough because he left on such a sour note, but he hit the biggest shot of our lifetime.
That's the debatable.
So I'm going to put Kyrie on the list because he hit the biggest shot of all time. But I don't want to eat dinner with him. I don't want to meet him. But like he's great. He hit the biggest shot of all time, so I think you got to do it. And I'll go Kevin Love. I think the 2016 Cavs are not important.
Yes.
I put Price, Carr, and then the rest of those guys I just said, LeBron, Kyrie, and Love. I think the 2016 team is that important where those three should be on there.
Yes. I might have to put all three of those on there.
I'd have to
throw
agree,
Mark Price in there. And I'm going to say one that Andre Miller. I loved Andre Miller out of Utah. He didn't have a great team around him, but he led the league in assists for 1 year. And I absolutely loved him. And I wanted him back when LeBron was here so bad. All right, guys.
I was just going to agree with what Andy said there.
Yeah, honestly, the Cavs is the easiest one.
Yeah, I mean,
they're easy.
You win a championship, you're just getting on that list without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could even put in there like as a caricature J.R. Smith.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, JR wasn't the most talented, but he was.
If we want to say people like any players ever you want to go out and party with, JR's number one on that list. Like I want to party with that dude so bad.
So bad.
He won't have a shirt on.
No, I might not even wear a shirt if I'm like, dude, I'm with JR. I'm not wearing a shirt. No one else you're gonna have to deal with this fat body. All right, guys, we're gonna hit our final break, and when we come back, I've been dying to hear Andy's answer to the top 5 favorite movies when we get back here.
Are you looking for a career in manufacturing? Vector Technical has you covered. Vector Technical is a 28-year-old staffing firm that has partnered with some of the biggest and the best companies throughout Northeastern Ohio. The recruiters at Vector Technical will coach you through the entire job process and will help you land an opportunity that you are truly excited about. Vector does not add any additional fees and offers benefits as well as free online skills training through Penn Foster. To learn more, visit www.vectortechnicalinc.com and make sure to check out our job board to see a full list of our current opportunities and apply.
Welcome back to the Voice of the Land. And all day I've been waiting for this. We're doing the top 5 favorite movies. I got my man Andy on. He's a director. Why aren't we talking movies? Of course we're going to talk movies. All right, Peter, who is your top 5 favorite? Again, not in any particular order.
Not in any particular order. And the first one I'm going to go with is I'm cheating because it's 3 movies, and it's the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Okay.
Because Jay and I were talking about this before you got on, Andy, where it's like, it's a movie you flip through the TV, and if it's on, then you just leave it on. And
I understand.
And you run across those on TV, and especially if it's like freaking basic cable,
right?
There's 12 hours gone for my day. I also love Office Space, and I love Office Space because I lived Office Space basically in the late 90s. I mean, I was in the cubicle farm doing Y2K programming stuff, and that corporate, it just hits really hard.
It does. Not to interrupt you, but answering machines, people don't remember answering machines were everything in the late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, oh my gosh, it does. Like, that film was answer machine great.
Yeah, it was such a great.
And we've all had that mechanical or piece of electronical equipment where we wanted to pull the Office Space and just beat it down with the bat, get on our hands and knees and just pound it with our fists.
Oh yeah. And then I'd have to say Empire Strikes Back.
I'm glad someone put some Star Wars because I'm going to feel bad not doing it.
That was a great one. I also love. It's kind of a toss up. Indiana Jones.
Which one?
Film.
Well, here's the thing: is that the Raiders love Raiders
of the Lost Ark.
Yep, but also love the Last Crusade.
See, I can't stand the Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Really?
And it was ruined by the Big Bang Theory.
Why? What'd they do?
All they have to do is let the Nazis find the stupid thing.
Oh,
they go to the spot, they open it, they all die, and it stays there.
Right.
They don't.
They were digging in the wrong spot anyway.
You never needed Indiana Jones to stop the.
Big Bang Theory.
But it was a great movie.
No, it is a great movie. But after that, I was like, oh man, they're right. You didn't need him to stop the Nazis in this movie.
Yeah, and then
all he did is get captured. He doesn't even stop them.
Last Crusade was just with Sean Connery. It's fantastic.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and no ticket. Throw him out the window. And then the other, I'm going to tie another 2 is going to be from the MCU. I love Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one. It was just that one blew my mind just because it was so good.
Are you excited to see the third one?
I am. And then the first Iron Man. And like I was telling Jay, I could go on. I've got tons of movies that I love. Scott Pilgrim.
Like, I don't watch a lot of TV. I'm a movie guru. And I haven't seen The Godfather yet. And I just got my buddy RJ, the movie critic. He just gave me a copy of them, the Blu-ray. So I gotta watch them.
Gotta watch them.
So my top 5. I absolutely love this movie. It reminds me of my childhood. It is. Now I can't try. The Sandlot.
Wonderful movie.
I love The Sandlot. Like everything about it, dude. Just great movie.
Very relatable.
Number 4 would be Shawshank Redemption. Why can I? Once I get to the spot, like it's like all the names leave my head. I love Shawshank Redemption. Like I can't pass it up. Watch it 1,007 times.
Great film, actually.
Have you been down to the penitentiary?
No,
you got to go.
I don't want to go to penitentiary.
Oh, you got to go.
I have no interest either.
Oh man, that place is freaking awesome. Especially Halloween time, man.
I'm good on prisons.
Oh God, I'm not one of those guys. Look, let me just say this right now. I don't like horror films. None of that crap.
I just don't willingly go to prisons. Like it's not the haunting. I just don't want to like what's the one in
not active right now.
What's the one that everyone visits in San Francisco?
Alcatraz.
Yeah, I'm not going there either. Like, why would I voluntarily go to a prison? I'm cool.
No.
But yeah, I do know why people like it. I get it. Number 3 is the original Halloween. Love that movie. I'm a big horror movie guy. Long as it's not super like Saw, where it's real gory, I'm not into that. And Halloween, I don't even think it shows blood.
See, you didn't like Shaun of the Dead.
It was all right. It was all right.
I love Edgar Wright films.
So number 2, Jurassic Park. Absolutely loved it. Saw it in the movie theater as a kid. Just loved that movie. And number 1 is Jaws.
Good film.
You'd think you've seen this as a kid and would be scared of the water. No, I got interested in sharks. Like I became like obsessed. Like I want to swim with sharks. Like I love that movie. Every 4th of July, it is like I have to wake up, put in the DVD, and I started off by watching Jaws and the Worst Mayor of America. And I mean, it is one of the greatest movies ever made. And I believe it is the scariest movie ever made because it literally has generations afraid of swimming in the ocean.
True.
All right.
True.
I waited all day for this, Andy. Give me your top
All right.
5.
I'm gonna give
Besides Believe Land, because I mean we all could have put Believe Land on ours and the War on the Diamond.
and War on the Diamond. All right, now let's be impartial here. I'll go to one you haven't seen. The Godfather is wonderful. It is one of my favorite films. I can watch it today. I can watch it tomorrow. I can watch it with 30 minutes left. I can watch it 2 hours left. Great film.
So the big problem, I
Goodfellas.
never started. Every time it's on TV, it's halfway through. I'm like, I'm not going to do it.
I
I'm going to
understand.
wait to the end.
And that's proper. That's proper. You have good film etiquette. Clearly, you wait for people to come to the table. That's very, very nice of you. Goodfellas is excellent too. But they're 2 mob movies. They're fantastic. Again, I can watch Goodfellas anytime. I watch it all the time. Great film. The film that represented my childhood was Major League. I was a lifelong suffering Indians fan, and we finally beat the Yankees, and I cried. And I remember I used to babysit for these children, and the dad was a Yankees fan, and he tapped me on the shoulder. He goes, "You know the Indians win this time, right?" I go, "I don't know, Steve. I don't know. I just gotta see Willie Mays 8 scores." I used that. It was that bad. I never watched it. I'm like, we finally won. Major League. This was a random one, but I love comedies. And I think this one this day still, I laugh out loud. It's called A Fish Named Wanda.
Oh, that's a great movie.
It is a fantastic
I've
movie.
never
With-
Dry,
with Jamie Lee
dry,
Curtis.
dry British humor. Kevin Kline, wonderful. I mean, I can sit here and laugh about
Kevin
it
Kline.
now.
Yeah, it's a great. You got to watch it. It's a great movie. You know what else?
Great movie.
Is Kevin Kline the guy from Las Vegas? He one of the guys?
I think so.
I
think so, but
yeah. But that's a
Kevin.
great. You made
It's
me
a
think of
great
other
film.
ones like you know because you can talk about that's just it. Top 5 is hard because every genre.
Yeah.
Oh, like,
It's like-
I left out Tommy Boy.
Right.
Like,
well, I mean,
Oh, Tommy Boy's
Boy's
wonderful.
Happy Gilmore. That movie cracks
Wonderful
me up
film.
every time. Yeah. And then
Wonderful.
along
School
the
of
line,
Rock.
School of Rock's great, but
Wonderful.
along the lines of Fish Named Wanda is Trading Places.
Oh, great film. I
Elizabeth
just showed
Tunney.
my son that, and he goes, "Can we watch the stock market scene again?" I'm like, yes, we can.
It's such a
film.
it's such a great film. But there's
I mean, Animal House. We left off. Like,
Oh,
there's just all kinds of
yeah.
classics that we
Well,
can.
all day. So I'm gonna give you 2 more. Back to the Future.
Mhm.
I can watch it anytime. Back to the Future.
See,
Now
Now
to the
you're
Future
making it
today.
tough on me, man.
Now,
See, now I gotta
mean,
readjust and think. Like, oh, I forgot about Back to the Future.
Back to the Future is so good.
I was just
so
looking
well
on
thought out.
Cameo if Christopher Lloyd was on there, and he's not. I was like, damn it.
Damn, I would like to meet him. And then finally, because this also was my first film I remember really watching outside of Back to the Future, I love Ferris Bueller's Day Off because
That's
I
a
could
great
see
movie.
me doing that. I could see me doing that. I felt like we've all had moments where we knew a Cameron and we saw the Ferrari go off the cliff, and he just mind blowing and very good dry humor. Mr. Rooney, wonderful.
Oh, he was great in that. The funniest
Great.
thing with when I first saw Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I think it was in like 5th or 6th grade. End of the school year, our teacher brings it in, and we're all watching this in class. You know,
Good teacher.
but it gets to the point where he says, "I think Cameron's going to marry the first girl he lays," and the teacher's like, "Whoa!" Turns it off, and I couldn't find the damn thing. I had it took me probably a month and a half. It was on, I don't know, HBO or something. I didn't have cable growing up. I had to go to my friend's house just so I could see the end of the damn movie. So it drove me nuts, but it is a great movie. Love it.
Great movie.
Yeah.
A couple other honorable mentions is Forrest Gump. Great
I was
film.
gonna say it. That's 6 for me because Forrest Gump literally is every single thing a movie can be. It's a love story.
Yes.
It's action. It's drama. It's horror. It's everything, dude. It is literally
Yes.
all movies wrapped into one great movie.
Yes.
And Tom Hanks
Yeah.
might be
Wonderful.
my favorite actor, dude. He's like
Wonderful.
the top 5.
He is great. I'll throw one out there that is, I'll watch it when it comes on because it's so damn funny. And I don't think it could be made today. Is Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, it can't be made today.
Yeah, that's true.
But
So here's one I got for you guys that I had to leave off. Stand By Me.
Oh, that's
one.
a
It's like-
classic.
great
Yeah.
film.
Oh man, I
See,
can't
we could
pass
go on
this
all
up.
night about
Yeah.
this. I mean, it's really like, what's your
Yeah.
top like 500 movies? Because there are so many
No,
great
it's
movies
true.
out there.
There's a very dark one, and sadly the main character is in trouble. So anytime that happens, kind of ruins the film. I loved American Beauty with Kevin Spacey. It's a
See?
great dark one, best picture.
I couldn't
It's a
stand that
great-
movie, and I think I saw it at the wrong age.
Yeah,
I was
it's a
like
great-
17
it's-
years old, and I'm like, what the hell is this crap? I was like, I need some action. Where's
No,
some
I
Fast and
understand.
Furious movies or something?
I love Kurt Vonnegut and had that Kurt Vonnegut style to it,
Mhm.
and it's just very dark, very deep. But I love the way that they made you think in that film about like how we're just kind of all just trotting through society, but we're all kind of not doing good things, and just made you really, really, really think. I thought that was really well done. But again, I like even silly things like Weekend at Bernie's. I thought that was very creative.
Oh
I
yeah.
love that film back from the 80s. Wonderful film.
See, I wanted to-
I mean, who?
One of the big
Usual-
reasons I want to bring this up
Yeah.
is because there's the writer's strike going on.
Right. Well, Usual
Oh,
Look at
Suspects.
all
yeah.
these
Yeah.
great films. Like,
Oh yeah.
we need our writers, guys.
Well, Usual
Pay them
Suspects.
guys.
You know, the
Yeah.
Usual Suspects. Great one.
Great one.
What did you think of The Irishman? You had the 2 mob movies on there.
Oh, wonderful.
that was. I mean,
See,
have you seen that, Jay? The Irishman.
Mhm.
I mean, that was.
I wouldn't even
really
put it in
good.
the top 5 of my favorite mob movies, though. Like,
No,
I
but it
love
was-
A
No, I
Bronx
agree.
Tale is like my favorite mob movie. I love A Bronx Tale.
That's a good one.
Casino.
Absolutely love Donnie Brasco. But my
Yep.
favorite, come on, guys, the best mob movie is the one about this town. Kill the Irishman, or what is it? Not Kill the, is it Kill the Irishman?
I think
The
it's Kill
original
the
one?
Irishman,
Just,
Danny Green.
yeah, is that the
Yeah.
one you were talking about?
yeah.
Well, no.
There's the Irishman with
No, the-
Schwartzy made, and then Kill the Irishman is the one about Danny
Yeah.
Green in here.
Correct.
I love that movie.
I think it's good. Like Casino's very, very, very good. I've been doing a lot of mob documentaries behind the scenes. So what I've learned is the most factual, correct film is by far Goodfellas. It is factually
Here's a
correct.
funny story. My grandfather, R.I.P. When he grew up in Cleveland, he pretty much was a runner. Here, kid,
Mhm.
here's a package. Take it here. You need to meet
Right.
people at the docks
Henry
and go
Hill.
someone here. You do this, you
Yep.
do that. And he's like, these old guys would tell the same crazy ass story every single day, it felt like. And he goes, Jay, the movie The Godfather came out, and it was the same story these old guys have been telling me my whole
Yep.
life. Like, that's crazy.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
Like-
No, I've been when you talk to people behind the scenes, The Godfather's pretty accurate. The Irishman, I guess, is not so accurate. There's another film, American Hustle, which is not a mob story, but similar vein where there's bad stuff going on. I guess according to people, that's not accurate. But according to people who really know, the Goodfellas is 98, 96% fact.
I mean, the one
Think about
guy,
it.
isn't he still like working for the bookies for like sports betting and stuff? The guy Robert De Niro portrays.
Oh, and the casino?
Yeah, I think he was setting lines for Vegas for a long time. Like when
Yeah.
after that movie was still out and stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of debate about casino. As I work
Maybe
with,
that was Casino that I was thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah, Casino's really good. There's a guy in Goodfellas named Ed McDonald, and I've interviewed him before. He's actually a real attorney. He was a real attorney. He brought up charges against Henry Hill and those guys back in the 80s. And he always told me, he goes, Goodfellas is very, very accurate. The rest kind of slither off. He goes, Godfather's pretty accurate. He goes, but I never said Irishman, no. And American Hustle, no. And he goes, Casino, kind of.
See, like in Kill the Irishman, it portrays like the cop and Danny Green as like kind of being buddies. They were not, from what I heard. Like
Yeah, that's what he
they
said to me too.
despised
Yeah.
each other, like hated each
Yeah.
other. So
Yeah.
you know, you got to Hollywood it up a little bit here and there. What do you
Yeah.
got working on now?
I got I'm working on a project. I guess I can talk about it. It's gonna be called Toad's Place. And Toad's Place is a famous rock and roll bar in New Haven, Connecticut. And the owner came up to me and approached me and he goes, would you like to do it? and a former ESPN guy named Joe Franco and Art Horan. We've signed contracts. We're going forward with it. And ironically, Toad's Place was created by 2 Ohioans back in the 70s.
Nice.
And so 2 Ohioans moved out east. They were going to create a French cafe. And this other guy came in and goes, let's make this into a rock and roll place. And so they did. And then there's this famous booker named Jim Koplik. And Koplik still works this day for Live Nation. Koplik went to Ohio State. And so there's all these Ohioans kind of around the story. So we're going to be telling the stories about Toad's Place. And then there's another one I can't really say, but it's another rock and roll story. And it's going to be around the Grateful Dead.
I've literally just learning about stuff about the Grateful Dead because I didn't know anything about them. Me and my buddy were talking to me. He just went on a spiel about the Grateful Dead. He goes, man, they were really good music. So I'm like, I don't even know a single song. I go back, I look up their greatest hits. I'm like, oh, I know that song.
Yeah,
I know that song too.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're really good.
They're pretty good. That one, negotiations they're going along, as I like to say.
Awesome. Well, Andy, it was awesome having you on today. I'm not going to lie. I was a little nervous. I'm like, how can I fill a whole hour? Like, Kevin is definitely my crutch when it comes to this show. Like, he's great at what he does, and those are big shoes to fill. But you made it really easy. And, of course, Peter, dude, he's just the man. He can do anything. Plug away, my friend. You got any plugs you need to do at all?
So you gotta go on right now. We're in the 8th, and these I can't say the word. The blank Yankees got a man on. So when this game wraps up, you go to your Instagram, go to Official Cleveland Sports. You'll see me on there. I'm gonna go crazy probably. I think they're gonna lose this game, and I'm not.
You got to get your coffee with my man Andy. He gives a good morning message with the coffee.
Dunkin' Donuts Nitro. And then there's a new thing called Believe in the Land, which I'll talk about at a different time. But go to Official Cleveland Sports. I'll be there in probably about 30 minutes. Hopefully, the Yankees now are in scoring position. Don't like it. APJ, don't like it. But I want to tell you, I like you.
All right.
He is a nice guy. For people who've never met the guy, he is so nice, always gentle, always cares about the most people. And I don't know what this RBS presidency thing is, but let's elect him in. We got to do mail-in votes. Let's do it. We've got to get him in as president.
Hey, like I'm telling these guys, it ain't what being the president does for me. It's what I could do for you guys when I'm the president.
Now that's a politician.
Yeah, I got a little politician talking. I don't even like politics. With that said, thank you all for tuning into this week's show. Next week, who's going to be my co-host? You'll just have to watch to find out. Till then, I'll see you when I see you.